Um, the play is, like all of David's plays, it asks its audience to collect information and remember it and have it at the ready when it's needed. So figuring out where those sort of nuggets are located in the script and elevating them, lifting them into prominence to the ear and the eye of the audience is always a challenge with David's plays. In other writers, I would even say lesser writers, it's quite obvious where those things are. But David doesn't like to take sides in issues. He kind of has a fanciful idea that there's good and bad in all people, and that the good and the bad may exist not just in the same person, but in the same moment for the same person. And so his plays are often puzzles, really. And so people who like puzzles, people who enjoy working that New York Times crossword puzzle on Sunday mornings, or playing one of those, what is it called, Sudoku? Mm-hmm. That's not one I do, but there are a lot of elements of those types of games. His plays are very literate, but the mistake I think that often is made with David's plays is that the director will slow the cast down enough to let the audience kind of follow easily along, and the result is that the audience gets ahead of the material. And the material of the play is important, but it's not the important thing. What is the important thing about this play, and about almost every play of David's, is the degree to which the people in the room are fighting for the ideas that they're expressing, how much life and death there is at stake. And certainly that's true in this play when, whether you had, painted over your stained glass window in your little church out in the countryside could be the difference between living and dying. Whether you had the right chalice or whether you had the right version of the Bible sitting on your altar literally could get your head cut off or your throat slit. And certainly could have economic ramifications far and wide. So the play is an urgent play. It's an urgent play for the characters in it, but I think it's also urgent that the audience consider this material, because whether we like it or not, the King James version of the Bible, 80% or so of it, of which was written by William Tyndale, is the most influential work ever created on this earth. William Shakespeare is right up there, right? And if you're in the theater, you probably give him a lead by a nose. But the fact is that the King James Bible has had a global significance for good and bad. One of the books that I've been reading about it, Melvin Bragg's book, The Book of Books, which also came out in 2011, culminates really in the moment when Barack Obama put his hand on the King James Bible and took an oath of allegiance as President of the United States. Less than 150 years passed from when his ancestors would have been enslaved and considered property. And Bragg's argument, and it's mine as well, and I think David's as well, is that might not have happened, or might not have happened at that rate, were it not for this work, the King James Bible. So it's important to us, and it continues to be important to us to this day.